What is up, and welcome to another edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. For those of you who do not know, my contest is still going on for my over 200 subscriber digital copy giveaway. It's on my channel right now. It'll be going till July 18th, that is the Friday. And I believe, for those of you who have entered, I'll say the winner's Saturday. So keep an eye out for those videos if you've entered, and by commenting and so on and so forth. And today I have only two titles, but they are, well, one of them is pretty major. I can't even fathom anything of how I even came across it, aside from the fact that I was lucky enough it was still in store right now at Half Price Books. If you're signed up on their mailing list, they have sent out coupons from this past Monday through this Sunday, nothing but variant days of sales, where it's your highest marked item and you get so much percentage off of one particular item. And if you're just going in there to buy one or so items, you know, just one, let's just say a pretty high marked item, I'll explain more when I get to the item that I purchased. One of them was 40% this past Monday and Tuesday, and off of a large item that's like, let's just say 30, 40, 50 bucks. That's a big difference, and it's highly recommended you go into their sale right now. It's really awesome. Although this first item both items I did pick up from Half Price Books, but I just picked this up because I actually forgot my damn coupon, because I went on 2 different days to the same Half Price book, so I'm kind of kicking myself. I could have saved like $1, but oh well. For this item it really didn't matter too much because it was only $3.99, and that is the Mask on Laserdisc. This is just beautiful. I mean, mint condition. You can see in the glare there, not hardly any scuffs or anything. This is just fantastic artwork all around. I couldn't be happier with this release and on Laserdisc, and the best part is it's still in the shrink wrap, just like my Who Framed Roger Rabbit Laserdisc. So this is my official second Laserdisc. Very happy to have it. Hands down my favorite Jim Carrey comedy from 1994, and very happy to have this. And I can tell you this, comparing the Blu-ray has this cloud thing going on, which didn't make any sense to me. This black background just makes the character pop even more. I mean, and the dog of course too, Milo. But this is fantastic. I love this artwork. I'm growing to love Laserdisc more and more as I'm able to find some. They had a good selection, but only this one I wanted to pick up. And they were fairly cheap. All of them were $3.99, so that's a pretty good deal. Most of the time, that's about as much as you'll pay on eBay, but the shipping is what people will cost a fortune for you, or what it'll charge. I've seen shipping as high as like $6 to $8 for one single Laserdisc. So that blows to try to buy these off of Amazon or eBay. Very few I found that had free shipping, let alone $3 shipping. So very happy to have found this up in just in Half Price Books. And last but definitely not least, I couldn't even believe this was still there. I got very lucky because someone actually put it on hold, but they didn't come for it, and they were stupid. Because this is just arguably one of my most favorite big giant sets, and I don't have very many of those. As you saw in my entire, if you see my entire collection, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have very huge amounts of giant box sets because they're expensive, and I'm a guy on a budget, and I have to buy cheap all the time. I mean, very rarely do I have that extra money to pay 40 to 100 bucks on one box set. I don't have that kind of money. So when I come across something like this, it's almost unbelievable. First off, let me just introduce the item without any more hype and bullshit. The Freaks and Geeks Yearbook Edition. This has been long since out of print. It was a special edition of the set, and I love that it still has the original box case artwork. It's a sleeve that goes over. Then you have some more pictures of the cast and all the contents labeled on the inside. This is just a wonderful, wonderful show. I can't recommend this show enough. It's on Netflix. I actually had to watch it on YouTube because for a while this was not even available on Netflix. So check it out if you do have Netflix. It's an amazing show that I missed out on, unfortunately, when it first aired. But through YouTube, back when it wasn't shitty, I was able to watch the show in its entirety, with the exception of some music segments that were kind of cut. But I grew to love it even more so, and I watched it pretty often on Netflix. It's hilarious, heartfelt. This is Judd Apatow and Paul Feig, I'm not too sure how to say his last name. This is like the labor of love they had, and in just one season, they've made arguably some of the best comedic characters in sitcom history, in my humblest of opinions. And now to the price, though. This was brand new, sealed, which is what made it even more awesome. It was originally priced, I remember seeing this about 2 months ago at this same half-price books. The amazing part was it was still there. It was on hold, but I got fortunate enough the person didn't pick it up, since they can only hold items for a day. And it was, I thought it was going to be, I think I remember it being like 65 bucks, which is already a sweet enough deal. And I thought with my coupon, awesome, all the more greatness, it'll be 30 bucks. And I'm going to get a big steal out of this. Wouldn't you know it, they marked it down, I think literally a week before, because on the little price sticker it did say on July 10th or something, I'm not too sure, before they started the sale this week. It was marked down to $29.99 with a 40% off coupon, $19 for this amazing set. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. You just never know, much like pawn shops or any other store of that nature, you just never know what you'll find, let alone a good price at Half Price Books. So I'm glad I've been shopping there more frequently, and I'm glad it's all about the right time, the right place, and all that other good stuff. So to quickly show you, because unfortunately it is pretty heavy and it's kind of hard to maneuver through. The only downside I did have is that the packaging is like this. And since it's been sealed for so long, I did take a look at the discs. Every one of them was fairly scratched. That was the unfortunate part. For true die-hard collectors, you all would have probably shat your pants, and I almost did too, because there were some pretty good scuffs on each one of these discs here. The upside, they worked just fine. I skipped through many of the episodes through. Usually, depending on the scratches, they will not work, and everything was working fine. And these two discs, though, fortunately, these are the exclusive bonus discs, if I'm not mistaken, that come with this set only. So that's even more awesome that these were not scratched. They were good. So it was just these right here and here, and just amazing artwork, though. Sorry, I'm skipping around a lot. It's a big set, as you can see. It is like a yearbook. It truly is. Feels like one. The Horseman, 1980 to 81. It's got a nice embossed seal. And, I mean, aside from the disc being scratched and almost giving me a heart attack that they wouldn't work, they worked just fine. And aside from that it was sealed, and for only 19 bucks, this was an amazing deal, hands down. This is just a flyer. All the photos, all these inscriptions, and my apologies, I can zoom out a bit more, but so much amazing behind the scenes stuff. I haven't even begun to read all this. I mean, photos of the cast, and it's so fucking epic. This is hands down the best deal that I've gotten all year. I can't describe how happy I am to have this. Not only just because of materialistic wise that I'm happy, but just the memories this show has so quickly given me. Even if I didn't grow up in the 80s, because I was born in 89, because I'm 24 years old right now. I didn't grow up in the 80s like these kids would have, but still, the fact that it didn't matter if you grew up which age, whatever, that it just was a simple show about growing up and going through high school and shit, and being somewhat of an outsider and a nerd myself. You know, I'm not an outsider. I didn't have it as rough like these kids did, but I knew what it was like to be a nerd, you know, and I still am a nerd. I love movies, and I'm a movie geek, so, yeah, a lot of people can relate to this show, the ups and downs of high school and so on and so forth. And Freaks and Geeks is hands down one of my favorite shows of all time, so very happy to have it, and thank you so much for watching, and We'll see you in the next video.